Hi grade 11s, welcome to this video. Today we'll be doing interpenetration and development. As you can see in the question, you are given two equilateral triangular prisms and they are regular, meaning all sides are equal. We are still drawing in first angle of the graphic projection. That means we'll have our top view, then front view, then our left view. That shows points of interpenetration. So I'm going to get started with my triangle from the top view. I'm going to get started with the bigger one, which has a length of 44. So I'm just going to draw a line here at 44 using a construction line. Then I will take my ruler and measure 44 on that line. Here and here. Once that is done, I'll take my 60 degrees set square. Just construct a triangle. So once we have our triangle, we are now going to ensure that we label it before we project it to the front view. I'm going to put my A here, B on this side, then C. Labeling is really important because it helps you trace your points quicker. Then about 10 millimeters away, I'm going to draw my XY line. Once that is drawn, I can then project to the front view. Then about 10 millimeters away, that's where we're going to get started with the base of the prism from the front view. And we have a height of 84. So with that, we'll now draw the smaller triangular prism, and we are told that it's 17 down, and then it has a size of 32, 16, 17. So each side is 16. finish off the bigger part of the prism. So that is your smaller prism, and you also need to label it. I'm going to label it using numbers. So this will be my 1, 2, and 3. Once that is done, I will project down to the top view to complete the top view. Then from where it touches the bigger prism, we have to mark to measure 44 from that point. Then we will draw a hidden detail line in the middle here where 1 is. Once you have that, you can go ahead and label the bottom as well, 3, and then go to the front view and label the bigger one, A, B, and A here, then C. So once we have that, we can now project to our left view. About 10 millimeters out. X2, Y2, okay, 35. So I'm sure this part is quite familiar. You just copied what you are given. Now you are projecting your points there to get the left view. So this is where we will have our left view. We see that our bigger prism ABC have it ends here, so the lines are up to there. So we can project up until there on each side. And because it is a prism, it does have straight lines. So we can just join this side and this side because nothing is happening here. It's just two sides that are joined together. And we can label them as well. So as you can see here, you have A, then you have B and C here as they are joined. And then for the smaller prism, we have all of our points coming here. So we have 1, 2, 3 there, but we have 2, 3 joining with the line there. And then we have 1 here at the bottom. So that's what we have so far. Then we can just create that shape. So once you have that, the question says you must draw the left view showing the curve of interpenetration. So let me just label here, and here we have 2 and 3. So with the point of or curve of interpenetration, we know that the cylinder, the small prism touches the bigger prism at these 2 points, as well as here. So that means here we will have a point for the interpenetration, which is here by 1, because you can see 1 touches A there, and then 2 touches line AC here, and then 2 touches line AB here. So we need to also bring this line to intersect with 2 and 3. So for 2 and 3, we will have a point here because that's where they are. And we can see that these 2 points are the same. So I just projected one side. Once that is done, you can now show the curve of the line. Since in the question they said the curve. So we will say the curve of interpenetration. So that's how it is. So this is the first part of the question. Moving on to what now is something new in grade 11. It's drawing the development. So with regards to development, it means taking your 2 prisms apart and then opening each of them up. That's basically what it means. Each of them, you take them apart, then you open them. And from the question, how it's asked, they didn't really state where you can start opening it up. So it's basically your choice. I'm going to develop it from the middle. I'm going to open it here, open it from the middle and outwards like that. So I'm going to develop the bigger prism here and then the smaller prism here because we already have the true height there. And then for the true shapes, I will use the triangles. So remember, for the development, you need to use the true height and the true. So our true height for the bigger prism, I'm projecting the height. In any case where you maybe don't have space here and you have to develop vertically, you just have to take your height and mark it on this line and develop downwards. But as we move on, I'm sure you will see me doing that in other questions. But this one is just easier to develop here because there is space. And then I'm just going to leave a decent space between my drawing, maybe here. That's where I'm going to now get started with my development. So as I have mentioned before, I'm going to open it up in the middle. So that means immediately here at this corner is my point A. So now I need to figure out how to get to A, B, and how to get to AC and back to A. We cannot use this. We have to use the true length. So in order to get to AB, I need to use my true length, which in this case is 44. So my true length is 44. I'm just going to open the distance of A to C. You can open any distance, it's the same throughout. And then, because it's a triangle, I'm going to mark it 3 times. Then this is where my development ends. So the development ends there. And then now we need to figure out which points are these. So as I've mentioned, I'm opening it here. So you look at your top view. You're going to go to A, B, C, then back to A. That's how you're going to open it here. So that means this point is my B, and then this is my C, and then that's back to A. So that's how my development looks like so far. Now I can, remember now they are separate. That means there will be, this little prism will leave a hole. And we need to figure out where that hole is. The hole will be in line A. So both of our A's will have that hole, which has the true length of this, which is 32. Keep that in mind. We're only using the true length. So on line A, as you can see in the lateral view, there is this length that will make a hole here. So as I've mentioned, we are opening it here at A, then you will still need to account for that hole. So I will project it to both sides. Because remember, when you're looking at the top view, you can see that these two lines AB and then to AC, there is the triangle, but here to BC, there's nothing. So here there will be nothing, but here we need to include this. So once again, we are using the true length. The top view is the one that is perpendicular to the eye, so we need to use it. So we're going to open from A to B. The distance from A to B should be the same distance from A to C, but only up until the point of interpenetration, which is this point here. Only up until that point, which is there, and it should be the same as well on this side. So we're going to open it there, then mark it here, and come to this side, CA, also mark it, and then we will then join it back to you, because you can see that there's 2 points, one is here, and it needs to form a shape that looks like this. So that's how it is. And you just take your ruler and return it back to A. You can also, actually, it's preferred that you also label those points. So I'm just going to project them down. And then you will see that this point between A and B is 2. That's where it penetrated. So you write 2, and this one will be your 3. Then you can outline your development. So the fold lines, you can either draw using dashed lines, or you can just use a light blue line. So this is you now opening up the bigger prism. Now for the smaller one, we will also project it. the height, which is 44. We will start it at the same point, and we are still opening our development in the middle. So that means here it will be our 1, because 1 is in the middle. So our 1, which is here, will be our starting point, and we're going to divide it into 3 using the true length. So when I come here, 32, this is my true length, and I will mark it 3 times. And then close off my rectangle, because this is where my development will be ending. And I'm just going to extend these points up. So now that we've gotten our point here, we are cutting it in the middle. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, back to 1. So you label it exactly like that, 2, 3, then back to 1, because you're going. So in the front view, the true length are here. They are shown in the. So now this one, we're going to project the height. So we have our true height of 1, and then 2 and 3 have the same height. So let's start by getting the height of 1. Then 1 will be here. We also have 1 this side. Then 2 and 3 have that height, which is this one. So there by 2, you'll just make a dot there and a dot there. But you can see that in your development, there's this part here that we haven't shown. We've shown this one, which is these 2. We've shown this, which is this, but we haven't shown this. And you can see that it's from 2 to 1, where 1 is, and to A, and then 3 to also A. That means we need to show it here, and we see that it's in the middle. So we need to get the middle of our line here, which is 32. The middle will be 16. Our 2 shapes, they stop at 1 at A. So this is our A, which is in line with 1. So that means they will come like that. So that's how you are developing this. So let me just document. So that's how it looks, and then you can just join 2 to 1. Then for our fold lines, we just draw a B line by 2, another B by 3. So that is the development of the smaller one. So this is the complete page answered. Thank you so much for watching. I will definitely be seeing you on the next video. Bye.